Hi there and welcome to Carpool, a weekly podcast wherein I give someone interesting, knowledgeable or very experienced a lift in my car and we have a conversation. And today's guest is, he's lovely. He's just basically lovely. There's no other way of describing him. If you live in the UK, you will have seen him on the telly many, many times for the last, I don't know how long, quite few years. If you live in the UK, you will have seen him on the telly for many, many years, and you will have laughed your socks off. He's such a funny guy, such a lovely guy. I'll let him fill in the rest. Please welcome into the passenger seat in this week's Carpool, Mr. Adrian Edmondson. I'm just going to make...
The thing is, you never know when it's on.
Oh. That's rather worrying. It's just your ear. That's a huge close-up of your ear. I have to use that. That is going to be very funny. So I thought, well, that's weird. That looks like someone's ear. And it is. So it's highly professional, as you can tell. But no, what I did was I said on Twitter, I said, have you got any questions for Adrian Edmondson? And there were a lot.
Were there?
Oh, there were thousands. Ooh, that's a
this
red
car
light.
goes through red lights.
It will go straight through them. And
without the engine on.
You're in very safe hands. Yeah, so you're in very safe hands. You can see I'm really on the case. That's one.
Shall I hold some of the controls?
Can you hold this round thing in front of me? Because I don't know what that does. The questions I can remember were, which are the obvious ones, which I know you. It's quite difficult because
you have to drive along and remember.
Yeah, I can't. No, I don't. I don't remember anything. I just drive along. But I can remember that because they were sort of obvious ones. Well, the one I quite liked was, will you ever do the middle-aged ones? As in the young ones get back together as they are now.
No, we wouldn't do that.
I don't think you would.
That would be. Well, it would be as appalling as people could imagine it would be. We do have a kind of pipe dream, Rick and I, to do. I mean, the same characters that are in Bottom,
right?
And the young ones that are in anything Dangerous Brothers or something.
Yeah.
The kind of old age pensioners,
right?
Where we'd like to be properly old.
Yes, so, you need to wait another few years.
A couple of years.
Yeah.
So.
At least 2 more years.
And it'd be very funny for a couple of old gits to be twatting each other with Zimmer frames and colostomy bags and sort of hypodermics and pills.
And even bigger underpants.
Yeah.
If that's possible.
And by the time you're old, you can get away with sexy young nurses.
Of course.
But apparently.
Of course
you see old men in the pub and they can kind of touch young people's bottoms.
And it's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, it's acceptable because they're senile.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that age.
Yeah. But then the most question, which is very encouraging for you, is about the band, because I didn't know about that until the Bad Shepherds.
Yes.
See, I've remembered it, so I've done my research.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of that.
That's my new project.
So how long have you been doing that though? Is that fairly new then?
It's fairly new. It's been going about 18 months.
Oh, no, he's breaking the law, not me.
Yeah.
See, so there he's bad. He's doing carpool in that, but he just doesn't care. Everyone is. All these cars have cameras in them. I mean, 18 months. But you, because I somehow...
It's kind of picked up since May.
Right.
It was a kind of fledgling project last year, and we did a few gigs and stuff like that and sort of got it going. But this summer's been pretty chocker. We're doing about 50 gigs over the summer.
Have you? God. And you're doing a tour coming up soon?
In October that's 27 dates in 33 days.
Wow. Oh, just in this country?
Yeah.
Right. Brilliant.
We did go to Holland during the summer.
Oh, you've got to go to Holland.
For a one-off gig.
That's good.
It's fantastic.
If you love the Bad Shepherds. Yeah, a fantastic band.
That's a great little project. It's kind of... you find those things you're actually doing what you wanted to do when you were 13.
Yes.
And then I've got there eventually.
Right, brilliant. Isn't that good?
It's very nice.
Because you can play, I can tell now. I've watched you. You can actually play an instrument.
Yes. I've always tried to get involved in anything musical, but this is the first time I've had a proper band that isn't a comedy band.
Right, yes.
As such.
Yeah. So, yes, it's not...
We're not po-faced, we like to have fun.
Yes.
But
listen to my music seriously.
Yes.
One of the topics that are constantly coming up when I do this is, because particularly with people who've worked in television, is how...
How'd you get in?
No, no.
How'd you get out?
How'd you get out? How the hell did you get out? Not how'd you get in. How the hell is it ever going to get made again? You know, in the sense that it's...
Yeah.
You know, I was at the BBC yesterday chairing a panel on new media.
Oh, yeah.
And I realised...
What was the conclusion?
was stuffed.
Yeah.
You know, but what was shocking was that I was asked by the BBC to chair this thing as though I know, and I realised then that I know nothing, which is slightly more than anyone else.
You got kids?
Yeah.
How old are they?
16 and 13.
Yeah, so mine are a bit older. They go from 23 to 18.
Right.
And they never watch BBC One, Two.
No.
They don't even watch BBC 3
mine
or
don't
4.
watch telly.
Don't watch ITV.
Really? I mean, they don't really watch telly.
They watch MTV, and they watch programmes on strange channels like Living or something.
Yes, yeah.
Which have, you know, things specific to them. And the BBC keeps chasing this young crowd of 16 to 24-year-olds. And they're not interested in watching the BBC because it's kind of old.
Yeah.
When the people they want to sort of attract, your mums and dads, people like us.
People like us. We want a nice documentary.
We want a nice bit of costume drama on a Sunday night. And actually on a Tuesday wouldn't do bad.
Tuesday would be lovely if there's a nice long dress, Helen Baxendale with a bun.
Nice bit of ham and a bap.
But then I suppose, in effect, what you can, if you jump back to when you were doing Young Ones Bottom, all that stuff would have been pushy young producers who we know at the BBC going, and people, but then executives who we didn't know saying we've really got to try and get the youth audience.
Yeah, well, I think it was essentially the same thing when.
But then there wasn't any other choice. There were no other channels to watch.
We were very lucky when we started because Channel 4 was being born.
Yeah,
and they were obviously desperate for programming.
Yeah,
you know, so they were casting around. They wanted to be new and with it.
Yes, and
apparently we were a bit with it at the time.
You were terribly with it.
So they gave us this contract to do it, and so the BBC, via Paul Jackson, he said to the BBC, "You're going to miss out on a whole sort of generation of talent if you don't, if you let Channel 4 poach them." So we got 2 programmes off at the same time.
It was a remarkable explosion of stuff, wasn't it?
And I can't see that happening to anyone these days.
No.
It's interesting what's happening with cameras, isn't it, and things.
Yeah.
The way, you know, they're so cheap and so good.
Well, and those ones are full HD.
Yeah.
You know, they're not even pretend HD domestic. They're like, these are on a much bigger scale.
I wrote a treatment, it must be about 5 years ago now, about, this is why it intrigued me, this car, about 3 people in a car, and I wanted to do it without any crew.
Right.
So I went and talked to someone about how you could hide cameras.
Right, because you want to hide them. Yeah, that's very difficult.
So you can see these from the back.
Yeah. Well, no, the way this is set up, you can't really see any of the other cameras.
All right.
If you lean too far that way, you can see them.
Oh, there's.
Yeah, that's bad.
That camera there.
No, there's not one there.
That's not good, viewers. Look at that. Very ugly. Very poor professionalism.
It is. Oh, there you go, madam.
Cheeky.
Yeah, that's called.
With a child on board.
That's called a Hampstead mum in her Beamer.
Did you see that?
Did you see? We've got it on camera.
HJ51 UDT. You're in serious trouble.
You are in serious trouble, madam. Driving like that with a child on board. All out and then pull over there onto the double yellow line. Excellent. But she's got to get the child to the hugely expensive creche in Hampstead.
These are enormous houses up here.
There are some big ones, aren't there? Yes.
They're just phenomenal. I mean.
Well, because I have memories of going to. There's 2 parties I went to somewhere around here when I was young.
Yeah.
But I don't know where. Because they were
good ones.
Yeah. But you know,
were they rich girls?
One of them was a very rich girl.
I remember a couple of parties like that.
And I just can't remember it out. But every time I come around here, I think, well, where the hell was it? I haven't got a clue.
That's where you turned up with your booze. And they quietly put your booze in the bin.
Yes. Because it would have been the cheapest. Yeah. Well, it would have been cider, you know, with a screw top.
Already open.
Yeah. But I think, to be honest, I was so blitzed out my brains, I can't remember anything. I mean, I can't remember getting there or coming back. I just know I was in one of these huge houses with endlessly more rooms that you kept finding.
Yeah.
With lovely libraries and books in and
posh girls with very long, sort of well-manicured hair.
Yes, but we probably can go in there. Back there, I didn't think I'll turn around and go back Kenwood House, because then we might be able to park somewhere. Because that's very in keeping with the ladies in long dresses.
Yeah.
Because they're always filming ladies in long dresses at Kenwood, aren't they? In fact, which one was that? Notting Hill, the film.
Yeah. The film with no black people in it.
The film with no black people in it's set in Notting Hill.
Yeah.
I actually watched it again the other night, and there is in the background, when he walks through the market, there's one black person.
One guy who wouldn't get out of the way, no matter what the third assistant said.
Yeah. They had all the extras. We've got all the extras we need. I'm just going to the shops. No. Is it because I'm black? No, not really.
And I think you'll find is it because I is black?
Yes. Because what would be great, wouldn't it? That would be such a fun, just a spoof shot. It would cost a fortune, but to do the film set of Notting Hill, where there's all the white people in the market on Portobello Road, you know, and all that, then the camera just moves around, and then there's the railings with the police keeping back hordes of black people, tens of thousands of them, who weren't allowed in the shop, who all live there. Yeah, who all live there trying to get home. But no, there's a bit in that where he goes to see whatever her name is, Mrs. Lovely Lady, Julia Roberts, filming a long dress film at Kenwood House. That's where it was shot. So there's definitely been one long dress film there.
I like Richard Curtis as a human being, but I hate his films.
Oh, do you? Oh. Well, you can say that because you know him. Well, I've met him once, I don't know him, but... Well, I cry. See, the trouble is I do cry. I cried watching Love Actually.
Did you?
Yeah, when the girl sang. The little girl sang that song. I knew I was meant to cry, and I didn't want to cry. I knew I was being manipulated.
I'm very good at crying.
I'll cry at the drop of anything.
Yeah. But I hate being manipulated.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously, any other offers I'll take on a case-by-case basis.
You know, because you know those people, and then their movies are world famous and around the world.
We also grew up together, strangely.
Yeah.
I mean, they were kind of Oxbridgey set, and we mixed slightly.
Because you didn't do Manchester, like that was Rick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did Manchester. Rick,
oh, you did do Manchester as well. Sorry, I didn't. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, go and overtake me. It's here. I've now found it. Now Mr. Land Rover's going to try and rear-end me.
Ooh,
now, what does this mean?
It means go in whenever you like. No, it doesn't. It means you ruin your car.
Or do you? No, but does that mean you can go in? I don't know. What does that mean?
Caution, rising bollards. I've had that problem for a while.
So I think you can't probably just drive in. Visitor car park, 400 metres. So the Richard Curtis, Emma Thompson, Stephen.
Well, it's in one episode of The Young Ones where.
Yes, when you do
Scumbag College play.
So that's right. So you know
United,
which was a legendary show.
Which was sort of the polarisation of our little age group.
Yeah. But then you had met them.
Ben managed to get himself. He'd moved from the Red Brick area because he was at Manchester with us.
Yeah.
Just to play a posho.
Right.
But,
oh, that's right. He played one of the poshos, didn't he? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So were you all in the same year though?
Rick and I were. Ben was a couple behind us.
Right.
Rick and I met there, obviously, first day, you know. So.
Yeah.
And we started working together.
Pretty much straight away.
Yeah.
Have a sandwich.
Marvellous.
This is the first carpool picnic ever. I don't want to advertise where the picnics come from. So you've got a choice of hand-cooked crisps, black salt and trussed black pepper, and then a sandwich. The British ham salad.
It's a shame it isn't raining, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. We can have the windows.
Little British holiday.
And
go out in a minute and dig up a lugworm.
Because the one that I sort of half enjoy, and then it starts to break my heart, is when I had to give my son something, and he was with all his skateboarding mates, who were all lovely, and they all came. Oh, hello, Robert, how you doing? You know, they're all charming, but he just stands with his back to them, going, "Please, just go away."
Yeah.
I said, "But I've got your bus fare and your phone, idiot." Just go away. And it's physical pain to have me there. You know, it's just extraordinary. Yeah. And if his mates are all standing behind him going, "Oh, you're with your dad, you soppy," you know, but they were lovely. They didn't care.
Hello, Mr. Llewellyn. Enjoyed the programme last night.
I know, they don't say that because they don't watch telly. But, you know.
Of course, yeah. We never used to let our kids watch our programmes when they were kind of small.
Right.
Especially my programmes because they're a bit kind of crude.
But by
the time they got to kind of 10, 11,
they probably didn't.
They suddenly found out that we were on the telly. That's what our jobs were.
Just they didn't know. Did they not know?
Not really.
Wow.
One of them came home once and said to Jennifer, "So, Mummy, are you Jennifer Saunders?"
Seriously? So some kid at school had said,
"Yeah, your mum's Jennifer Saunders."
She goes, "Is she? She's Mum." That is so lovely, though. Are you Jennifer Saunders?
We used to live in Richmond. There's their school used to be the other side of the park. And the Sculptor's Gate, and on the gate there's the big Star and Garter home, which is for kind of retired service people.
Yeah.
Huge monolithic building. It's on the way into the school. And we found out a lot later in life that they used to think we worked there. I don't know why.
They thought that's where you worked.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Because I wanted to, I remember talking to you before about having daughters as well, the difference between
Daughters and sons.
having because you had 3 daughters. That just sounds, I mean, when they were little, that just sounds,
No, it was heaven, yeah.
I would think it would be great, actually. Yeah, I think it would be great. But you were fairly profoundly outnumbered.
Yeah, even only the rabbit had a penis. And
The whole family.
he was neutered too. So the 2 of us males have both been neutered.
God, that must
I'm
be...
glad I'm out of that comedy game, I have to say.
Are you? I mean, because because when you agreed to do this, I thought, well, I'll just remind myself, and I just watched a bit of a Bottom live, when you were live, and I went, fuck that, that was, I was genuinely envious. Even now, watching that, I go, that is exactly what I wanted to do, because you look like, both of you look like you were having such a fun, and I think it was an outtake where Rick had forgotten what it was, and you just milked it with such joy and panache.
The scripts were so dreadful, we used to just pray for people to fuck up. So we're going to start having fun.
But I mean, I really enjoyed doing the one episode I did.
Back to the play.
Yes. But that was the joy of it, was that you couldn't do that on the telly, but, when you were doing the telly versions, but you could on stage. It was a real pleasure to watch that. But I can imagine, I also know
we did
that,
it for...
You did it a long time, didn't you?
We finished in 2003 and we started working together in 75.
Bloody hell, was it? Was that when you met?
We did 28 years of it.
Yeah.
And at the end, I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
It was not that I don't like it. People will think, oh, you must be not proud of it, or you must have grown up and suddenly hate it because you're too old.
Yes.
I just done it enough, and I couldn't work up the.
You have to be.
It's like being an athlete or something, isn't it? You have to keep running in order to be a runner.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do the training anymore, as it were.
Yeah.
Just wanted to not have the pressure, because even though it's fun when you're on a roll, most evenings in live comedy, are about crowd control and the paranoia that you're not funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And how quickly a crowd will turn.
Yeah.
Any individual in that crowd would never be as cruel, would they? That's the weird thing, isn't it? If you were with just one person and you said something that wasn't that funny, and they'd go, no,
they'd go, boo, get off, you wanker.
Yeah. You're shit! Straight away. They wouldn't shout that in your face. It doesn't matter who they are. But you put 2,000 of them together.
There's a weird thing happens when you're in a band, because I've never been in a proper band before like this. And if you sometimes you're sort of required to tune up, because things
go out of tune, I suppose.
So you're trying to tune up and you're trying to talk, sort of gently amuse them while you're tuning and looking at your little tuner. And I guarantee you, every time you do it, someone shouts, "Get on with it!" it's such a hard heckle to deal with. Yeah. It's just so boring. Get on with it! I'd quite like to get on with it. It's going to take me another 5 seconds.
Yeah. Interestingly, Twitter is a version of that where no matter what you say, even if it's the most benign and gentle and loving thing, and 800 people agree with you, there's one who goes, "You've pronounced it wrong, or you've said the wrong, or you've used it." There was someone who hammer at you and they're angry. Yeah. And it'll go. I mean, once I said BBC. I said in a YouTube thing, the British Broadcasting Company, in a sort of rant. And it said, "It's the fucking corporation, you dumb fuck." And you go, well, that's fair enough, point out. I know it's the corporation, it's my mistake, stupid, error. Well, the other one was I spelt your name wrong. That I spelt it with a U.
That was probably
Edmondson.
me writing that.
I think it was. It's Edmondson, you fucking moron. That was actually I didn't check who it was from. It was a user called Angry Aid. I don't know who that was.
Did you spell Edmondson with a U?
Yeah.
It's
Very wrong.
Edmondson, you cunt.
Yes, you can't. What was that? I remember when I was the 1 week I worked with you on Bottom, when you said there was somebody had said something about it being sexist or whatever it is, and you said you wanted to have a T-shirt or you had a T-shirt which said "It's irony, you cunt." I don't know whether I don't think you actually had it. I think there was plans to do it.
It's a good one. It was a cracking episode, that, wasn't it?
Oh, the one with the
war veteran. It's very funny.
It was funny. Yeah. No, it was very good. And I actually hit Rick as well, which I felt bad
This
about.
is always good.
Yeah. It hurt my... It is true, isn't it? Because there's... I know a doctor who did a long time in accident and emergency, constantly mending young men's broken hands.
Because
they'd hit someone in the head and they'd broken their hand, and the guy with the head didn't go into hospital. He'd got a bang. Oh, my head hurts the next morning, but he wasn't actually needing hospitalisation. And I remember because I caught Rick's jaw when I was doing the punching, and it really hurt my hand. I think it might have hurt his jaw, but he was very, very gentlemanly about it. He didn't complain. I felt so bad about it.
Did you not get the lawsuit?
Maybe it's... So where are your genetic roots? Scandinavian and from a long time ago.
Well, we like to pretend we're Norwegian. We have no physical evidence. They did some research for that. Who do you think?
Oh, did you do that? Did you do it? Have you done it?
They said, "Would you like to do that?" And I said, "Well, all right." And they said, "Right, well, we'll just do some research." And they came back 2 or 3 weeks later and said, "I'm afraid there's nothing really interesting in your family." It's all a bit boring. You just kind of, everyone's normal.
Right.
I don't think we can make you cry with your history.
Isn't that extraordinary?
When I had my 50th birthday, I tried to find a few other things that were 50, and not Cindy. What's her name? Barbie. This is the same age as me.
That's not nice.
She's looking good for it, though.
And who's got the hair that comes out and you can wind back in? I think that might have been Barbie. Yeah, one of them had it in a little key in the back, and you could pull her hair right out. It'll be long. Yeah. Or she could have a bob cut, which is, I think, a brilliant piece of technology.
Well, we had possibly, 50 Barbies and similar type dolls in our house with my girls.
Right.
And a lot of them went through a lot of mutilation.
Oh, did they? Oh, so girls can torture their dolls?
Well, they think they're doing hair cutting.
Right.
They think they're being hairstylists, but it goes a bit wrong quite soon.
Wow. Yeah.
And once you get through the sort of basic length of Barbie's hair, it's
There's
actually
not a lot there.
the sprouts of stubble.
Do I go straight over?
Straight over.
This is definitely on a route I've used before, because
this goes down to Little.
And Tony Blair's house is just...
He's
down there, isn't he? Yeah.
It's very nice because he's got 2 policemen out the front with guns and 2 around the back.
2 around the back.
So when we go on holiday, we park our car near his policeman.
Oh yeah, there they are. You can see them. Yeah. And they keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
Keep an eye on it.
If there's an issue, if there's a situation, you may come back and find it riddled.
Riddled. Afraid we had to riddle your car.
Yeah, you can't. Is that
we had to. Well, safety catch was off, and
Is that Mr. Edmondson with an O? Yeah, I don't want to ruin your holiday, sir, but your car's been riddled.
You can't.
You can't. I'll let the man cross. Please do. So there's a lot. We won't talk about where you are now.
Everywhere I move in London, they do the drains.
Do they? Very soon after? What is that telling you?
And it lasts a year. And blights the area. So if you see me looking at houses in your area,
be careful.
Move.
Flush immediately and leg it. That has been brilliant. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I'll go down the end so you don't have to walk from 17 miles around the fence.
Well, I hope that was fun. I enjoyed that.
That was lovely. No, that was just divine. That was absolutely...
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get a couple of minutes out of that.
I think, at least, I reckon 3.5. That's fantastic. Thanks very much.
Cheers, man.
Very nice.
I can't remember the absolute numbers, but the initial float price was £5.35, and we quickly went back down to about £2.80, and then we went back down to about the worst of the internet bubble, 19p. And I remember,
Did it go as low?
Yeah, it went as low as that. I think I remember saying to Brent, if it goes to 10p, I think we should both stand on our desks naked and start dancing. But luckily that didn't happen. But I can't remember what that valued the company up, close to £1 billion.
Yes. Which
on revenues of, shall we say, less than
yes.
that was
breathtaking,
pretty
wasn't it?
unbelievable.